Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Let's take a look at silver, but from a slightly different perspective. Let's take a look at it from the electronic standpoint. Yes, ETFs, I know. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. But this is kind of where the market is. This is where the price sort of fluctuates very quickly in the ETFs. So we're at NASDAQ site here, but we're going to look at it not just from the electronic paper form, but we're going to take a look at it with regards to it as a commodity and compare it to other commodities so we can help understand why silver isn't performing quite the way that gold is. Before we do that, let's take a look at it from a familiar charts of precious metals here. We've got gold at 1424. Silver is being knocked back down a bit to $15.39. Platinum and palladium are both down a bit too. Gold's only down by a little bit, not by much at all. It's basically staying holding to its recent price gains. So we go back here and take a look at this. This is a Commodities Heat Map. And these are essentially what the prices are. Green means really good, and that prices are increasing. And red means the prices are going down. We can kind of see here throughout, it's somewhat of a mixed bag here. So let's take a look at each category. Here is energy. And we can see, natural gas, S&G is up 2.some%. And other natural gas indicators are down, other companies and stuff. And we can see here others are kind of in the red, others are in the green here. It's somewhat of a mixed bag today. Crude oil index up. Other things, other parts of the thing are down a little bit here, up there a little bit. But we're seeing some movements there, decliners and advancers with these companies here. Let's go back here and take a look and see some other commodities here. Let's look at the diversified commodities here. Most are in the green, somewhat. We have two, Auspice Broad Commodity Index down, and then Bloomberg Cocoa Total Trading is down a little bit. The rest are kind of advancing here. So if we go back and take a look at the base metals here, we can see that there's only two that are following, other metals, rather. Palladium is down and platinum is down. And Optimal Industrial Metals Index is up. And Summer Haven Copper Index is up. And you can see these others here. Movements, sort of not really a sign, not much really going on. Here's precious metal. Let's look at agriculture first here and see. We got sugarcane futures are up. And again, keep in mind, these are ETFs, a lot of electronic trading here. Total return index for agriculture is basically up. And really, corn is down a bit here, 0.12%. Other agriculture commodity futures is up a little bit here. And DBA, Diversified Agricultural Index, excess return is up. And the only one that's down is the grains by 0.6%. Now let's take a look at the precious metals here. And these are different US dollar price of silver. And you can see that it's down a bit here. And others moving down. London Silver Market Fixing for SIVR. Bloomberg Silver Total Index, SLV's down. Gold is up. And so you can see all these different things here that are having an effect that's going on with these commodities and different markets and different trading platforms here with the electronic views. The whole mixed bag of everything here. Here's grains. Let's take a look at the grains. Soybeans down. Wheat is down. This is just today. This is today. So looking at the commodities today. And see, the thing is, the whole point of this is Oh, let's look at meats. Here's meats. Bloomberg, up just a little bit for the meats. It's there's all kinds of different things. What is this here? FAR. Okay, Agriculture Absolute Trust here. But the point is that really everything is a commodity. Gold is a commodity too. But gold is seen as the ultimate hedge. Silver, it's a psychological level with silver. And silver's in some way is being seen these days, and I think even for the past, observationally over the last 7 years, we've seen sort of a shift in the view of silver, especially ever since the 2011 height, and then it's falling back and was consistently down, down, down. A lot of people got discouraged of it, not just in this community, by the way. I think generally overall, with the advent of other things, which you don't see here, cryptocurrencies, because they're not commodities. That's just speculative digital currency. Well, in this case, it's almost like a stock representing zeros and ones based off of mining using energy. But the commodities themselves, you can see all the green. You can see all the red here. It's literally a Christmas decorative cornucopia of different variations between the two. There's no real constant anything one or the other. Everything's either up, down a little bit, but this is just from activity from the last day. If we would have seen this a couple days ago, we may have seen a different story. Everything would have kind of been up. But the movement of gold in comparison to silver has been fascinating to watch because, and I think it's a little different this time because of what I talked about, this observation over the last 7 years or so, with the view of gold, view of silver as a commodity. It's being more used. But make no mistake, the ratio that we're seeing between gold and silver is something that's not, we've seen it before, maybe for various different reasons, maybe for some of the same reasons. I don't know. But a lot of it is psychology. Will that shift change as prices continue to go up for gold? I don't know. One of my viewers here is an insider source, and he has not posted in a while, but he did post recently, and he thinks that gold is going to continue to climb. And it very well could, as an insider trader. Also, from what I understand, he doesn't think that silver will continue to climb. Or climb at the same rate, at least, that gold will. Does that mean it's detached from gold? I wouldn't say that yet. I would say that we should wait it out a bit and see what happens. I think there's a lot of it is public sentiment, the way people view gold compared to silver. A lot of the hardcore, investors, the rich, essentially, that are understanding, that are tuned into the markets and understand what could be coming as a way to diversify. It's obvious they're going to get gold because it's much better to store in the physical. But what about the ETF version? What about the ETF version of gold and silver? You can have a whole lot of silver in the ETFs and protect yourself that way too, as long as you can cash it out. And that's the thing with the markets. Many of us that hold gold and silver in this community, we like the physical gold and silver. And that is the key, I think, holding it in our possession. So those of us who do hold it in our possession, who have enough silver, should we get more of it? What about storage? What about this ratio? What about the view of silver by investors out there in the electronic markets? Is it a commodity? Is it a hedge? Is it money? How is it viewed these days? Those kind of shifts can occur, and I think really even and to some extent gold is under threat in that regard too. But we have to kind of take a look at this and take a step back, and that's why I think it's good to review this as a commodity, and it may be something I may do in the future to kind of see how it's tied in. It's a mixed bag in this in these graphics here, but who knows what it will be tomorrow or the next big uptrend we see in prices, what the dollar index does. Everything's going to change with the dollar index from day to day. depending where that dollar is, commodities will go up, because if the dollar index goes down, well, all commodities will go up. So there you go. So, folks, be encouraged. Silver will never go to zero, but it is also acts as a commodity, and I think that's why you haven't seen it move quite as much as gold in recent days here, and weeks, by the way, too. That ratio could continue to widen at this point. Who knows? We'll just hang in there. We'll see what happens. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.